On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Starvation.
A severe lack of food that leads to malnutrition and, ultimately, death.
Examples:
Die of starvation. Starvation wages. The drought led to widespread starvation in the region.
Dyslexia.
A neurological condition that affects a person's ability to read, write, and spell, often despite normal or above-average intelligence, effective teaching, and adequate motivation, which is characterized by difficulty in the phonological coding of written words, poor phonological awareness, and poor reading fluency and decoding skills.
Examples:
Student with dyslexia. Diagnosis of dyslexia. Educators need to understand how dyslexia affects students' reading abilities.
Physicist.
A scientist who specializes in the field of physics.
Examples:
Talented physicist. Theoretical physicist. Einstein was an outstanding and famous physicist of the 20th century.
Fascinate.
To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples:
Fascinate the public. Fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children.
Filmmaker.
A person who makes films, typically as a profession.
Examples:
Nonfiction filmmaker. A successful filmmaker. The renowned filmmaker won several awards for his latest film.
Frightening.
Causing fear or alarm, or very surprising and alarming.
Examples:
Cast frightening eyes. Frightening experience. The news of the pandemic was a frightening reminder of the fragility of human health.
Intercultural.
Involving or relating to different cultures or ethnic groups, taking place between two or more cultures.
Examples:
Intercultural communication. Intercultural competence. The intercultural exchange program promotes understanding between students from different countries.
Coop.
A farm building or enclosure for housing poultry.
Examples:
Fly the coop. Chicken coop. The farmer put a coop over the hens.
Writ.
A written legal order or command.
Examples:
A writ of summons. Issue a writ. He was served with a writ of eviction, giving him the notice to vacate the property.
Fathom.
To understand or comprehend a difficult or complex problem or situation, to measure the depth of water.
Examples:
Fathom the depth. Fathom the mystery. I cannot fathom why some people enjoy horror movies.
Ceasefire.
A temporary suspension of hostilities or fighting, often implemented by mutual agreement between opposing parties.
Examples:
ceasefire agreement. Call for a ceasefire. The two sides agreed to a ceasefire, pausing the conflict to allow for peace talks to begin.
Nonviolence.
The use of peaceful means, such as civil disobedience or passive resistance, rather than violence to achieve a goal, especially in the context of political or social change.
Examples:
nonviolence movement. Nonviolence protest. Martin Luther King Jr. was a champion of nonviolence in the fight for civil rights.
Laureate.
A person who has been awarded an honor or a prize for achievement in a particular field, especially in literature or academia. A poet who is honored for achieving the highest level of excellence in a competition or for producing a lifetime body of work.
Examples:
Oscar laureate. Poet laureate. The Nobel laureate delivered an inspiring speech to the graduating class.
Empower.
To give someone the power or authority to do something.
Examples:
empower my life. Empower the secretary to do the same. The company empowered employees to buy low-price items without approval to achieve efficient purchasing.
Hippie.
A person who follows a counterculture movement that originated in the United States during the 1960s, characterized by the advocacy of nonviolence, communal living, and a rejection of traditional American values.
Examples:
hippie lifestyle. Hippie music. The fashion of the hippie movement included unconventional clothing such as tie-dye shirts and bell-bottom jeans.
Troop.
A group of soldiers, especially a large one, a group of people, animals, or things considered as a unit.
Examples:
the members of a military troop. A troop of deer. The troop of soldiers marched through the city in a parade.
Antiseptic.
A substance or preparation that prevents infection, decay, or putrefaction by killing or inhibiting the growth of microorganisms. Adjective, of or relating to something that inhibits the growth and reproduction of microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, or viruses.
Examples:
antiseptic solution. Natural antiseptic. He cleaned the wound with a skin antiseptic to prevent infection.
Confuse.
To mistake one thing for another, to make somebody hard to understand.
Examples:
confuse the listener. Confuse fantasy with reality. Her remarks confused the debate.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples:
Confer degree. Confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Cynical.
Believing that people are motivated by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity or integrity.
Examples:
Cynical remarks. Cynical worldview. He was very cynical and didn't believe anything anyone said unless he saw evidence for himself.
Symbolism.
The use of symbols to represent ideas or qualities, especially in art and literature, an artistic movement in the late 19th century that tried to express abstract or mystical ideas through the symbolic use of images.
Examples:
The symbolism of the event. Political symbolism. The symbolism in the painting was rich and complex, with many layers of meaning.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time. Vaccinate. To treat with a vaccine, usually by injection, to produce immunity against a disease.
Examples:
Vaccinate against scarlet fever. Vaccinate every year. The nurse vaccinated the children in the school. Chap. A crack in the skin, especially on the lips or hands, caused by dryness or cold weather. A man or boy, verb, to crack, split, or roughen the skin, especially as a result of exposure to cold weather or wind.
Examples:
Chapstick. Nice chap. He suffered a painful chap on his hand after working with chemicals. Pillar. A tall, vertical column or support structure that helps to hold up other parts of a building or structure. A person or thing regarded as providing essential support or core strength to something.
Examples:
Pillar of society. Pillar decoration. The pillar of smoke rising from the building signaled a massive fire. Spokesperson. A person who represents or speaks on behalf of an organization, group, or individual to the media or the public.
Examples:
Company spokesperson. Official spokesperson. The celebrity spokesperson made an appearance at the product launch event. Kidnapping. The act of taking somebody away illegally and holding them captive.
Examples:
kidnapping attempt, mass kidnapping. She received a year's imprisonment for aggravated kidnapping.
Polio.
An acute infectious disease caused by a virus that attacks nerve cells in the spinal cord and brain, leading to paralysis, muscle weakness, and potentially lifelong disability.
Examples:
polio epidemic, polio eradication. The polio vaccine development is regarded as one of the greatest medical achievements of the 20th century.
Dialect.
A form of a language that is spoken in a particular geographical area or by a particular group of people and has distinguishing characteristics.
Examples:
a local dialect, minority dialect. The dialect spoken in the region differed from other parts of the country.
Volcano.
A mountain or hill, typically conical, having a crater or vent through which lava, rock fragments, hot vapor, and gas are or have been erupted from the Earth's crust.
Examples:
volcano alert level, active volcano. The island was formed by a volcano millions of years ago.
Truce.
A cessation or suspension of hostilities between warring parties, usually for a specified period, as a treaty, armistice, or other agreement.
Examples:
temporary truce, break a truce. The two sides agreed to a truce and set down their weapons.
Cessation.
The act of stopping or coming to an end, a temporary or permanent discontinuance of an activity or state.
Examples:
cessation from work, cessation of smoking. The government called for an immediate cessation of hostilities between the two countries.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
intern civilians, medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Glob.
A small, round mass or lump, a drop or blob of liquid or viscous substance.
Examples:
glob of paint, glob of honey. She squeezed a glob of toothpaste onto her toothbrush.
Life-saving.
The act or process of rescuing someone else's life, especially from drowning.
Examples:
life-saving efforts, life-saving device. The patient needs a life-saving transplant operation.
Olympiad.
A period of 4 years, originally the time between the ancient Olympic Games and now commonly used to refer to the modern Olympic Games, which are held every 4 years.
Examples:
The modern Olympiad. Summer Olympiad. She won a gold medal in the Physics Olympiad and was praised by her teachers and peers.
Favela.
A Brazilian shanty town or slum, typically located on the outskirts of a major city, characterized by poverty, overcrowding, and lack of basic services such as sanitation and security.
Examples:
Favela neighborhood. People in the favelas. Many favela residents struggle to access basic amenities like running water and electricity.
Excite.
To make someone feel suddenly enthusiastic or eager.
Examples:
Excite the crowd. Excite rebellion. The news of her promotion excited her.
Rehearsal.
A practice session, usually for a performance or presentation, during which people prepare and fine-tune their performance, often with the help of feedback from others, the act of rehearsing.
Examples:
Dress rehearsal. Music rehearsal. The theater company had its final rehearsal before opening night.